understand what we all know. In 122 days, we each have the power to decide what kind of country we want to live in. Understand what we know. When there has been a full-on intentional attack against hard-fought, hard-won freedoms and rights.
That was Vice President Kamala Harris underlining the stakes for our democracy at Essence Festival in New Orleans last night. The added scrutiny on the top of the ticket has also put a fresh spotlight on the VP and, of course, made her a target for Republicans. Back with us, Jennifer Palmieri and Stuart Stevens. I would say that Democrats made her a target before Republicans did, actually made our work a lot easier over the first 3 years of her term. What say you, Jennifer? How is this vice president positioned at this point in light of the first part of our conversation?
There's one thing I want to say that for just sort of like a public service announcement for people who want to have Kamala Harris's back. When the New York Post had a terrible super racist column yesterday, and some people retweeted the column and said, hey, this is racist. That is not helpful. That is what they are hoping you will do. They are hoping that you will take the racist content and retweet it so it spreads. You can just say, I mean, here's the thing. She is already, Trump is already starting to come after her. And whether she's continues to be in the vice presidential slot or she becomes the nominee, she's going to be, the president is, will be 82 on election day or close to 82 on election day. So she's going to be a big part of this campaign. And, people need to know, she is tough enough. That stuff doesn't bother her. It's bothersome that that racist, misogynist content is out there. It might chill, I think it's bad for young girls to see that. But you know what it's going to do? Fire up a lot of women as well, know? And so, but just for people to know, you're not helping her when you actually share that stuff. Just call it out for what it is. But everybody needs to know she's tough enough to handle this, and she can, it's not going to stop her.
She's tough enough to handle it, Stuart. She's also tough enough to prosecute the case against Donald Trump. I want you to take a listen to what she had to say. This is about the immunity decision at the Essence Festival in New Orleans.
Sadly, the press has not been covering it as much as they should in proportion to the seriousness of what just happened when the United States Supreme Court essentially told this individual who has been convicted of 34 felonies that he will be immune from essentially the activity he has told us he is prepared to engage in if he gets back into the White House.
Someone's going to need to prosecute the case against Donald Trump in the run-up to November. It would seem to me to be political malfeasance to not make that a centerpiece of the vice president's role out there on the trail.
Yeah, I agree. Somehow there's this sort of thing out there that Vice President Harris isn't a good politician. It's sort of a head scratcher to me. So she defeated incumbent DA in a Democratic primary. It's never an easy thing to do. She did such a good job. She was unopposed. She then got elected Attorney General against the golden boy of California politics, not named Schwarzenegger, Republican politics, a guy who was a very popular Republican DA in L.A. County, which is a Democratic stronghold. She then got elected to the United States Senate, and she's now Vice President of the United States. So I guess you have to ask yourself, if she'd been a good politician, how far would she have gone? I mean, it's just like a silly question. I mean, she's the most popular, most successful female politician in American history, I guess, maybe next to Hillary Clinton. She's extraordinarily capable. So I would say absolutely run as a ticket, run as a team, put her out there. Go back and look at these clips of her in hearings when she was a senator. She was absolutely devastating. And she did it without an anger or a bitterness, with a calmness. I think that she completely destroyed Mike Pence. I don't know who this guy is going to pick as his vice president. Probably he doesn't know, but I'm going to bet on Harris doing very well in that debate. So, look, it's very hard to beat an incumbent president. The last time an incumbent president lost, he wasn't in the federal funding system. Before Donald Trump was Herbert Hoover. This ticket defeated Donald Trump. for the life of me, I don't see why we don't get about the business of helping them defeat Donald Trump again.
Stuart, to your point about if she were a good politician, how much farther she would have gone. It is what Jen was talking about. This is what every woman knows, specifically every woman of color. You prove it, and then they ask you to prove it again. Jennifer Palmieri. Stuart Stevens, thank you so much.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn, MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.